voice in fatherhood to one new meaning. With programs like Family Formation designed to help fathers co-parent and speak with other fathers and fathers rep, offer employment and mentorship.
So we live on IG. How about that? There we go.
Youth and development leadership. But we don't stop there. Our press, community re-entry, economic stability training designed to tap into prisons, finding convicted felons jobs and alternatives so they never return to prison. FFSC isn't just a facility for men. We offer our PIT program, partnering in partnership, for women to gain access to area resources, learn co-parenting skills, and employment readiness. Believe it or not, women pay for child support too. Men and women struggle no more. The array of services that we offer at FFSC are ranked number 1 in the country for fathers. FFSC, where our mission is to foster healthy relationships by strengthening families and community.
Yo, B, you ain't heard a Dsmoovee interview? Man, what are you on? What are you talking about? Bro, he got the hottest STL artists. Then, on top of that, he got the business owners, STL celebrities, and everyone in between. Man, trust, he got his community on lock.
He even has something for the ladies.
Yo, check this out. He going live right now. Everybody, shh. It's Dsmoovee.
Streets 105.1, you know who I am, you know what I do. Dsmoovee, 2 O's, 2 E's, with a V in the middle. Tap in with me right now. Look, man, I go by too many nicknames to name, but I can name a few if y'all like it, man. Smooth Diddy, a.k.a. the smoothest, a.k.a. the smooth operator, b.k.a. smoother than brown liquor, b.k.a. smoother, all that, man. Tap in with me right now. I'm live for the first time on YouTube, man. The name is Dsmoovee Shabazz. Y'all know how to spell Dsmoovee, Shabazz right now. Tap in with me. I need y'all to share. I don't know what y'all can do on YouTube, but I know y'all can share it. I know y'all can do y'all thing on there because I got a special brother in the building with me today, man. I just played the track, man, God, forgive me.
God, I'm sorry.
God, I'm sorry. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? But he had to, that was the title. The title is God, I'm sorry.
Right.
You just heard the voice, man, of my guy. Venus the Kid is in the building. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. How about you, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. Man, you got great energy, bro.
Yes, sir. I mess with that. Yeah, thank you.
Like, bro, no, like you really got great energy, man, and I appreciate who you are and your talent.
Right.
Not only your I want to talk about your dedication, man, to this, man. I know a lot of people, you know, it's just fly by night for them, but this is something that you've actually manifested, and this is something that you believe in.
Right.
And now you have your own album out right now, Dreams, man.
And
Once
the album
again,
Dreams just came out last week. It's the 8th day out. We've been doing numbers. Go stream that.
I love it, bro. So before we get into the album, man, please introduce everybody to who you are. Let them know who you are. Let them know what you do,
My
bro.
name is Venus the Kid. I've been doing this since like 2016. Just dropped my first album, as we just said. I have like maybe 10 singles out, and my mission as a rap artist actually is to kind of just help mentally ill kids through their like depression, all that stuff. Because I suffer with that, and I really want to make it known.
Absolutely.
It's not talked about enough, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
So, man, look, you can lift that mic up so you ain't got to keep leaning down, bro.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. Yeah, man. So that right there, bro, automatically made me say, like, you know, I got to get this dude on my radio station, bro, because, like, I'm a mental health advocate, but to be able to say, like, openly, I dealt with depression, or I dealt with these things, and I still deal with them to this day. And then to put out a album like that, man, talk to me about how it feels to actually express your emotions and put your feelings into your album.
You know, it's kind of, I can't really say it's hard, but it's kind of challenging because it's like, you know, me being 17.
Yeah.
So people gonna look at me like, oh, he's 17, he don't got nothing to talk about, and then you see all these other artists, I ain't gonna name names, but you know, they got other artists out here that's like, oh, they on the street, they talking street stuff. And they ain't really talking about, you know, mental health, men's mental health, black mental health.
Yeah.
It goes on a lot in the streets. We need to talk about that more. So I'm like, let me talk about this real quick. It's something I suffer with. I've been suffering with since I was like 13 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I just really felt it was important to talk about it because we don't really hear a lot of rappers talking about it anymore at all.
I love it. You said you were 17 years old, man.
Right.
Your generation, man, and I honestly feel like this, your generation knows a lot more about mental health because it's more prevalent now with you guys.
Right.
Yeah. So talk to me about that, man, and kind of how you got into the whole mental health journey and how you became an advocate yourself.
Honestly, it's kind of hard. I don't really know how I became an advocate. I just kind of started doing it because it's like I kind of got tired of being stuck in my own, my own brain. And just, I was kind of just down, drained. I hardly did music. I couldn't work. I couldn't focus on school because I'm still in school. I can hardly do homework assignments now. I can hardly do this because I'm stuck in my head. And my way to do that, my way to kind of cope with it, is to make albums like dreams. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be, like I said, talked about more. Because we actually gonna go. I went into that in my album actually, with the song "Clown N-Words." The first thing I said, called a faggot in middle school for shit that you do that you feel. Yeah. I was talking to my homie. This was like 8th grade. We like going to school. I'm like, how your day been? He been like good, blah blah blah. And he was like, how? I was like, I've been kind of depressed. And he was like, oh, you a faggot if you depressed? It's like, really?
What? Like what?
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like that's how expressing your emotions is. That's how it's perceived now.
Yeah. And
that's kind of like, and it's just weird to me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I love it now because an album came out of this.
Right.
Talk to me about Dreams, man. This being your first album,
right,
and your first time actually holding your own project, man. Talk to me about that.
I know for sure. With this being my first album, it was kind of hard because I've been kind of teasing this around for the past 2 years. Me, like, oh, I'm gonna drop an album. Never did. And then this summer, I was kind of like, let me just sit down, get into my head, and make music. That's what I did. I'm in my own basement, in my home studio. And I'm just like, I'm in my head. Let me make an album.
Yeah.
Because it just needs to be talked about more. Like mental health, for real. It needs to be talked about more.
Absolutely.
And then, what was the rest of that question? Hold up, I got.
No, so yeah, it was a 2-part question. I'm glad you asked. So, what does it mean, man, to actually hold your own album in your own hands? Like,
I know, man. When I got this delivered to my house, I just held this in my hand for the whole day, smiling.
Yeah, man, I love it. Like some New James or something. Like
right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm getting to hold my own album in my hand and I'm getting to sell it. I done sold like, people be talking about CDs on sale no more.
Yeah.
I done sold about 7 or 6 of them within the past week.
Man.
Doing nothing, just kind of like, oh, here's a CD. And they buy it.
Yo, the fact that you are going with the old school method of doing it, man, and actually pushing your own music and getting response from it, I appreciate that genuineness that you have to actually push your own self, man, and that hustle. Talk to me about that, man. Like, how does it feel, man, when you like, man, look, man, I got a CD out. How does it feel that people are actually receptive and they want to buy it?
At first, before you start selling it, it's kind of discouraging because it's like, oh, you don't know if you're going to sell anything. Because, I had to order these. I ain't like make them from scratch. I had to order these, spend my own money out my pocket. And when it was finally delivered, it's like, okay, am I really going to sell all of these CDs?
Yeah.
And I've sold, well, not half, but I've sold a quarter of them already within the first week without doing hardly any promotion for it. So it feels good to be able to get responses from my album, be able to have people feel what I'm feeling when they listen to my album. Like I've had people text me, but I ain't skipped any songs the whole album because like you was talking about something. It felt genuine. I had one person text me. They was like, "Yo, who mixed and mastered this?" I did, but
Did you?
Yeah. And it was kind of like that's like with every project I've released since, but before this, they was mid kind of.
Yeah.
In a way. And it wasn't mixed, so to hear somebody be like, "Oh, who mixed and mastered this?" Like you're really paying attention to what's being presented to you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all of the comments that I've been getting, all of the DMs. Like I'll wake up the DMs and it's like, bro, really? Like just a week ago, I had like 5 monthly listeners on Spotify, and now I'm at like 50.
That's incredible.
Just
from pushing your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm putting emphasis on that because I believe as an artist, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else can.
Right.
What gave you the mindset to even start writing music, man? Take us back to that moment.
Honestly, so this was like 2016, so I'm like 10 or 9 at this time, and I really don't know what got me into it because I know we was I was in Vegas on like a vacation that week. We were coming back home, and I'm on my iPad. I'm just scrolling through apps. I see GarageBand, and I click on it, not really knowing what it was, and I started just making music. And that's pretty much how it happened.
Wow.
And then the more I kind of started getting into it, my brother at the time who was in jail, he was a rapper. I didn't really talk to him much, so I kind of really didn't know. And then the more we talked, I would rap him songs that I wrote, and then he came out of jail, and he was trying to get me in the studio, never really could. And then I think I might have went into his on the album. He got killed 3 months later.
Wow.
So that also kind of pushed me harder to be like, okay, I could really take this seriously now, because see how my brother did it. He had his songs, he did his little shows. I'm gonna start doing this for him. It's giving me something to talk about. Not like that's probably the nicest way I could say it. Because, in terms of topics, I can vent about losing my brother, and I could talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And I can look back at his videos and look back at how he did it, and be like, oh, I can take from him, put it into my own career, help my family, help me, hopefully get out of St. Louis at one point. I'm trying to move to LA. I talked about that in the album on probably almost every song.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just things I'm trying to do, and I've had a lot of heartbreak, a lot of just kind of heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I've kind of found a way to lift myself up out of that.
I love that, bro. Talk to me about the album title, man. Dreams. Of course, it's whatever. All of us have dreams, but talk to me about that. What made you decide to title it Dreams?
Honestly, because at that point, I really don't know. I was just kind of in my head thinking about, because I went to LA for the first time last year, and I'm like, oh, I want to live here.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me start thinking about palm trees. And then I'm like, and then that's just kind of how the album came about. It's like palm trees, girls, stuff, high school thoughts,
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how the album came about. Then it kind of went into dreams of being happy again, dreams of just being free and not having to go to school every day. It's just dreams in general.
I love
dreams as a whole, kind of.
Absolutely. So, man, talk to us, man. I want to know, like, what inspired you? You talked to us about what inspired you to write music, but what gave you the inspiration, man, to actually say, man, like, music is one of the things, like, I want to do? Like, were you listening to a certain artist, or, like, what was that moment?
Honestly, I haven't really had the time to think about that, but I know there's a lot of artists that I listen to, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do this. If you see, for instance, Tyler, the Creator, fashion designer, he doing all these things, and he made something of himself. Or people like XXX and Tentacion made something of themselves. Kanye West. A lot of these people I'll listen to, and it'll be like, I want to be able to do that one day. Like, go to Rolling Loud and just have the crowd scream my lyrics word for word. Like, that's something that I want to feel. So,
man, I think that's one of the best dreams that you can ever have, man, and to be pushing for your dream and to be pushing to accomplish your dream, man, is really, really encouraging. To those out there, man, who don't know or who are scared to follow their dreams, what would they get from this album, man, and what would you say to them?
Entirely, when listening to this album, it's just kind of like okay, like I said, I'm 17. If you could see me have, in this sense, the bravery to put out an album, spend money on CDs that nobody buy, like, that's
man.
That's all I really gotta say.
Yeah,
He was
man,
buying
like,
CDs. I was at the Metro Boomin signing, like when he was signing CDs at the final. I heard people in the crowd, they were like, who's buying CDs anymore? And it's like, and I still was like, let me go buy these, even after hearing that. And, people in my head telling me, oh, who's buying CDs? You're wasting money. And so far, I made almost half of my return back from what I spent. And that's pretty much all I gotta say in terms of just following dreams. Just follow your gut. Don't listen to nobody.
Yeah.
Take into consideration what people are saying, but ultimately follow your heart, follow your mental. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And just let it be known that, okay, this is what I have to offer to the world. I'm gonna put it out.
Absolutely.
That's in terms of artists, but like, just anything you want to do, go for it. Because I'm doing it. Shoot, 7 years in, I wasn't making any money for like the first 6-7 years. And then last year, I started performing. I'm making money. I never gave up, and now I'm here doing an interview with you. And I'm like,
That's love, man.
this is like the dream come true to even be able to do this.
I was just gonna ask you about that, man. But I want to know before we get into the interview.
Right.
Talk to us about performing, man.
Performing.
Venus the Kid right now, man. Like you seem real cool, real calm, real relaxed. But talk to us about like what is it like when we go see a Venus the Kid performance?
Honestly, I haven't performed enough for me to even be able to describe it. But
Okay.
At first, it was high energy, but the more I've kind of found and developed my own sound, as you listen to the album, like you said, it's kind of more of like an old school approach with the beats and
Yeah.
all of that. I'll talk about things. So when you come to a Venus the Kid concert, you're not gonna be moshing and doing all that extra stuff. You're just gonna sit there and listen, and you're gonna take it in. And that actually happened at the mix show that I was at.
Shout out
And
to
people
the
was
Knicks.
over there, people was bopping their head. They had their fist up to apartheid, all kind of stuff. It's like when you come to a Venus the Kid concert, you're there to take in whatever it is that I'm rapping. I do have some turn up songs which I will start performing
Okay.
because I'm trying to turn up.
Yeah, you got to.
This
You gotta-
right here.
you gotta,
But
yeah.
when you come to a Venus the Kid concert, you're gonna feel something for sure. You're gonna leave thinking about something.
Man, I
That's
really
all I can say.
I really cannot wait to see how you perform, man, and how much you turn up, bro. Because I think that's the mark too of a great entertainer. Not only being a great artist, but being an entertainer and entertaining the people, man. And I think you have like people like J. Cole, man, who people just they catch the vibes and they catch what they're doing, and they're not worried about the turn up. They just enjoy
Enjoy the
the
moment.
moment and they enjoy the lyrics and
Right.
they feel it.
Right.
I'm sure, man, like you running the people, like you were just saying, I feel the lyrics. I feel what you're saying. I feel the emotion behind this, man. When you hear those things from those people, man, what does that mean to you, and how do you how can you put that in words?
Honestly, I still haven't found the words to describe the emotion I feel when I see these messages. It's been a weekend and I still can't even grasp the fact that I'm getting these messages. Like, I'm probably like the least known artist in St. Louis right now. That's the kind of messages that I'm getting. And
Can't say that now.
Right? Can't say that now. But, I don't know, I'm just kind of excited to see what happens 2023.
Absolutely.
Like, 2022 was my, that was kind of like my finding myself year. I think the first month, I had a Views from the Arch interview, then after that, I started performing.
Shout out
And
to you,
now,
Arch.
he the homie, yes sir, shout out.
Yeah.
And this year, I was kind of like, let me like really start taking in what I'm doing and push it forward. Let me put on an album for the first half of the year. Let me push the album. Let me perform in the summer. Let me do this, that, and I feel like I'm not really saying that, okay, I want to like fully blow up and be famous this year. But
Yeah.
I kind of just want to,
You want to catch some speed.
I want to catch some speed, you
Yeah,
know?
I definitely see that from you.
Right.
And I definitely see that happen from not a profit, but I definitely see with your hustle,
Right.
with your mentality and what you're trying to do and how hard you're going for yourself. I definitely see you picking up some wind and picking up some
Yes,
speed
sir.
when
I
it comes to
appreciate
being an
that. I
artist, man.
appreciate that.
So one thing too, man, that I love that I gotta honor, man, is once again when you hear things like, man, mental health advocate, and you hear songs that really have a meaning to it, and you hear an artist really being an artist, it's like I'm automatically attached to you. So I had to bring you up here, man. Talk to me about the moment. How you feeling in this moment, man, to actually be on having your first radio interview? I'm sorry, it might not be your first radio interview.
No, this is my first.
Okay, man, but it's first radio interview, man. Talk to us about how you feeling in this moment, man, and what thoughts are going through your head.
In this moment, I'm kind of, I can't even put this into words, just, I guess just kind of happy that I'm even here, excited,
Yeah.
you know, that I even get to be on a radio interview, you know, and I hope from this that I can probably take off, go to Hot 104.1, do other stuff, you know, I'm trying to like,
man.
I'm
Call them
trying
out,
to
bro.
manifest, I'm trying to manifest.
Call
it.
them, bro, and I want people to manifest on my show.
Yes, sir.
Call them out, bro.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. I love it.
104.1, I need y'all to hit me up. I live like right across the street from y'all. You know, I'm trying to
Hit my
hit my line,
Hit 'em
dog.
up
I
right
got some
now.
things I gotta say, but yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm I'm happy to be here, for real, for real.
I love it, man. I love it, man. So you talked about a big 2023, man. Are there any other plans that you have for us in 2023?
In terms of music,
Yeah.
right now I'm trying to push out my album that just came out.
Okay.
So I might not drop for at least a good 4 or 5 months. I have a few features that I'm working on. I'm planning on, it might not happen this year, but I'm gonna start trying to push out a fashion line. I've been trying to push out a fashion line since like 2018.
I can feel it. I can see it in the drip that you're
Thank
right
you,
now.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm trying to work on a fashion line. I'm trying to dive into other spectrums of art. And I've said this to a few of my friends. I'm trying to like really do more than just rap and sing. I want to do more artistry. So I might not have much music, which I probably will because I work on music pretty damn near every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this year is gonna be perfect in terms of just what I have coming.
Absolutely.
It
man.
might not be a lot, but it'll be enough to kind of show y'all who I am, what I'm about, why I'm here.
Absolutely. So, man, you talked to us about performing, man. Is there anywhere we can see you perform, or is there another concert or something coming up that we can possibly see you at, or what's going on, man, right now?
In terms of performing, I don't know, like when I'm gonna have a show, but I'm working on, because right now I'm still working, minimum wage job, so I don't really have the money to kind of,
Yeah, understood.
book shows, but I'm working on it. Cransberry Art Foundation, I'm trying to book some of their shows, High Low, The Dark Room. I'm about to start booking some of that.
Okay.
And that'll probably start happening around, I don't want to say too soon, but probably around April, July, or June. I'm gonna start booking shows. And I know for sure I'm gonna start coming to more of y'all, the mixed shows.
Shout out.
Cause I was at the fourth one.
Yeah.
We went hard for sure.
Man, shout out.
I'm trying to really start coming to more of y'all shows.
And DJ Flight
It's gonna be
and the Mix,
fun.
man.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love what they doing, man. But I love that artists like yourself, man, are having an opportunity to come on that platform and really talk your talk, man.
Right.
I want to know about this single, God. I'm sorry. Talk to me
I'm
about
happy
that.
you asked that. How that came about. I think I was in the car because I have like my own portable beat maker. I was in the car with my mom. I think we was at Hooters, and I'm on my beat maker. I kind of got depressed, so I started making beats. I made the beat. I was listening to it for like the whole day, and I wrote down the lyrics. So I'm thinking to myself, thinking about my past decisions, and I'm like, let me like really sit here and think about what I've done in my past, put it in a song, and then a way kind of repent in music.
Yeah.
From a religious standpoint, just kind of
Yeah.
talk to God in a song.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to kind of talk to God, one-on-one, and kind of really put into words what you trying to say.
Man, your gift.
And I put that in music.
You put it in music. You put it when you get
Right.
your gift, bro.
Right. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I did. Just put it in music. I think I wrote that song within like 10 minutes, and I made that beat in like 30 minutes. So
On a portable beat?
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I got an MPC. Yes, sir. I'm rocking with it.
it's crazy, bro. Like the fact that you produce your own, you mix and master this whole project, and you're also vocals on all this whole project.
Right.
That's borderline. That's like Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Yes, sir.
type
Okay.
stuff. Come on, man. I man, look,
I appreciate
I'm
that.
about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
How did you master all these things, man, and come out like who you are with this project?
I can't even say I've mastered it all because I'm still learning how to mix. I just kind of was like, okay, let me just see what sounds good and put it out.
Yeah.
But I bought these speakers sometime like last summer because I wanted to learn how to mix. Because if you listen to my old music, it's undermixed, it's underwhelming, sounds crappy. So I'm like, let me order these speakers and some headphones and learn how to mix myself instead of going out and paying somebody like $300 an hour or something to like mix a song that I could probably do myself. That's why I have a home studio. You know what I mean? So I taught myself as much as I could in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me mix, let me get better. And honestly, I feel like in the coming future, my music will get better than this because I'm not even gonna lie, I only produced like one song on this. The rest of it I bought the beats for. But
Okay.
I'm teaching myself right now how to produce. I'm trying to learn how to play keyboard because I'm really trying to start expanding myself musically, myself in an artist aspect, just expand completely. Like I'm reading books right now, learn what is it called, Think and Grow Rich, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm reading that book right now. Got a 101 music business book. I'm reading everything, trying to teach myself the ways of the industry, teach myself how to get rich, teach myself this, teach myself how to mix, doing all that, and that's gonna really show this year. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, bro, because you are really making strides when it comes to this whole music thing, and I think that's amazing. Right. Once again, man, I'm just always I'm impressed by the talent, right. You know what I'm saying, and by the drive and the dedication that you have for this, man. Talk to us. You said you're working on some collaborations. I don't know if you can let us in on that, man. But are there some people in St. Louis that you're looking forward to working with, or is there some people out of town that's on the collab? Let's talk to me about that.
I know for sure. I can say I'm looking forward to my homie Say Ferris.
Okay.
I met him at the Metro Boomin Center. He's a producer. He's trying to get me in the studio within the next week or two.
Okay.
And I hope that goes well because I rock with his music. I'm trying to see how that goes. My homie Big Fred, who's on the album, we got something coming soon.
Yeah.
We got something coming soon. A few other artists, and yeah, I'm just happy to see where all this goes.
I love it, man.
It's gonna be fire.
I love it, bro.
And I got this song that I made right after I finished this. Not out yet. It's gonna be fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna just give y'all a little sneak peek of the title. It's called Louis. So
okay.
It's like a letter to St. Louis. It's gonna be fire. Y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna. BENUSDAKID. In terms of music, you can find me on I think about everything. And in terms of supporting, I mean that's up to you. You can support if you want. If you don't, that's cool. But I'm selling CDs. Trying to hustle. So you could cop a CD if you want to. Whenever I have shows, I'm gonna be having CDs if I still have them. If I still have them, then I'm gonna have $10 CDs at my shows. But yeah, that's about it.
That's what's up, man. Thank you so much for tapping in with us, bro. So what I want you to do, man, we gonna run the God I'm Sorry back, man.
Yes, sir.
I need you to introduce the world, introduce the airwaves, and let the live know
what's
going on, man.
Yes,
let them know what's coming up.
Yes, sir. God I'm Sorry. It's my song. I made this around June. Yeah, y'all gonna like it. That's all I gotta say. Y'all gonna like it. Just listen to the lyrics.
Streets
the beat's
105.
smooth with it too. The beat's smooth.
Yes,
sir.
Streets 105.1. Dsmoovee right here, man. Playing the new Venus the Kid. I'm sorry, God, I'm sorry. Look, make sure y'all tap in with him right now. He already got an IG.
Yes, sir.
Get all the information, man. It's Streets 105.1.
Yes, sir.
Voice of the Streets.
Dsmoovee.
God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Got a relation to speak, got it out of my mind. God, I know you've seen it, I evolved it in due time. Did a few things that God hates, you the best of me. I watched some booty shake, but now I'm back in line so I can revelate. Speak to